I never thought I'd say this, and especially so soon. Welcome back to Alola. Why am I here? I don't know. Well, actually I do. It's to catch some of the actual sickest shinies I've ever come across, and some alright ones. Today I'll be tackling an Ultra Sun Hardcore Nuzlocke using only white shiny Pokemon. This one's a good one, but without further delay, let's get into it. So I skipped soft resetting in my last video, so I thought I better do it this time. Oh, shiny Litten! Oh, I thought it's not nickname. Oh, I've got the perfect nickname for him as well. Well, it's not the best, but yes! Shiny Litten, let's go! We name this cat Big and bump into Howe, who picks up his best burb. Of course, we take it down and head up this hill to meet Lily again. Oh no, the cloud is being attacked again. So we save it and Tapu Koko saves us from death, I guess, and we begin our next hunt. Now, I'm not going to argue on the semantics of this, but I'm sort of looping in white / grey or silver, all in the same sort of pool, and if you don't like it, well, fight me. 1v1, egg only. So I go for that's right. Oh, Johnny Grubbin! Yes! Oh, fuck. I was not even paying attention there. Let's go. We name it Motorbug, and now it's time to get back to school. Not school! Ah, I hate school. Okay, guys, don't worry. I hate school as much as the next guy, so I'll be quick. So we dunk on all the little kitties and get revenge on the teacher. I had a couple of run-ins with the teachers back when I was in school, so this is payback for all of that. And we meet Ilma. Lilma? Lilma balls? Okay, sus. This leads to our battle with him, and it goes quite swimmingly, I would say. We take down his young goose with a Fire Fang, and out comes Smeagol. Smeagol these nuts all over your face, and Fire Fang nearly takes it out one shot. We do finish it next turn though, beating our first captain, but we are yet to conquer our first trial. So how about we go and do that? On our way there, we run into like these Space Ranger, Recon Ranger looking ass Buzz Lightyear dudes. Is this their actual faces or is this a mask? I don't know. I'm hoping we find out. Anyway, the trial. The trials. Some would say the dreaded trials, and they would be right, because these are quite scary. Having to 2v1 in a Nuzlocke is never a fun situation, and let alone it being a hardcore Nuzlocke where you can't heal, it's even scarier. So, as the battle begins, I send in Grubbin. We deal some damage, and in comes Don Jr., some would say. I decide to take it down first and swap to Litten as we get taken to low health. Luckily from here, we are able to raise our attack and Fire Fang him to death. Yay, first trial done, and that wasn't so bad. So we claim our Z Crystal. Ooh, Rescue Rangers want to tussle. Okay, let's go. Now I do manage to take down his Pokemon with a lucky burn, but unfortunately, the Rotom Dex has enabled bonus XP for some reason, and I didn't realize it until later, and it actually led me to over-leveling by accident. And as we battle Howe, we gain an absurd amount of EXP, and Litten over-levels and evolves into Torracat. Now, I'm going to start the apology tour right now. I am going to cheat and use Torracat in this fight. I'm currently only able to catch these two mons, and there are no other white shinies to this point. And if I just use Grubbin, I will die. And have to hunt for two shinies again. So, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, and I really don't feel like shiny hunting for the same two shinies I've already shiny hunted for, and then doing the start of the game again, because the start of the game is really long and boring. So, Old Man Harlow wants to battle. And my strategy for him was gosh dang beautiful. So leading with Machop, I lead with Grubbin. I spam Mud Slaps to drop its accuracy, as it eventually brings me down to red health. This was also I could swap into Torracat and build up my attack stat 4 stages and then roll the rest of his Pokemon. And it went perfectly. After doing so, we knock out Machop and then Makuhita as he drops into Blaze territory. Finally, his Scarecrow Brawler shows up, but luckily for me, we one-shot it as well. This gives us access to Tauros and also access to our next white shiny. So, let's start hunting. It's so Shiny Rockruff! Yes! Let's go! Oh, baby! Let's go! Shiny Rockruff! Woo! Pretty cool, I know. So, we name this bad boy Sonic, well I guess it's a girl, and we head off to the next island. Oh, look who it is! Blackface is showing himself yet again. Hello, Blackface Oak. Yo, is this Trustin Trudeau or Professor Oak? I don't know. Wait, we are serving? This is lit. I totally forgot you were doing this. This is so lit. But you know what else is lit? That's right, subscribing to the channel and liking the video. It really does help me out a lot. I appreciate all the help you guys have been showing me lately. It means the world. On arrival, we force our way through some boring dialogue and eventually arrive at a battle with a boring person. How? He wants an old western shootout, so that's what I'm gonna give him. First is Dartrick, who is roasted by our fire cat. Same goes for the mascot mouse. Then Noibert is shot down by the bug. And finally, Eevee is sniped. See ya, loser! Oh, hi again. We literally walked a couple of steps down the road and here you are. Oh, you lost? Of course you did. Thanks to Howe though, we managed to roll his whole team again easily though. Now, as you can see, my team is quite weak to water. So I had to come up with a smart plan to make it through this fight. And do that, I indeed diddly did go and do. So I leveled Grubbin up to level 25 and it evolved along the way. Now I know Araquanid has a Weapon Berry, so if I use an electric attack here, we're going to do fuck all damage. Luckily for me though, we did pick up the move Acrobatics, which does 110 base damage if you don't have an item. Plus, it's super effective to it. So after it lowers me by a third of my health with Bubble, I raise my special defense one stage and Araquanid summons in his mini-me. And it goes for a bubble, popping my Oran Berry, giving me 10 HP back, but then on top of this, also means that I don't have an item anymore, making Acrobatics do huge damage, which lets me two-shot it, barely holding on to life with just 9 HP. We then finish off its child, and the trial is now complete. Next trial. What do you mean I have to fight the Space Ranger and do a foursome? This sucks. But this guy does have a really cool Pokemon, Poipole. I always like this little boy. I don't know if I'll ever have a chance to use it in a run, but trial time. Now, this trial is a little scary as well, but after doing a little training on all these dumb birds, we evolve our little rock puppy into an epic blue popper. That's a nice shiny. I wanted to get Midnight form, but I forgot you can only get that in Moon, so kinda sad. And after playing with some stick twiddling things and this random hiker dude who's sticking his butt out here. Do we got a booty? He do! Anyway, where were we? Oh, that's right, the totem Pokemon, which is just the largest stick twirling thing. Okay. My strategy here is, you guessed it, to use Howe again. Yes, I know, it's a repeating strategy, but it works. And he uses Detect, which detects nothing. Then I go for Rock Tomb, which of course one-shots it. But he did manage to summon a really cool buddy, which has an amazing, and I mean amazing white shiny. But it's so hard to get, because only Femoids evolves and males don't. If we get a shiny male Salandit, it's going to be utterly useless. So instead, as I take out Salazzle and get the Z Crystal, I begin my next hunt picking berries. You sure about that? Okay, picking berries. So after picking some berries on a couple of different days, this thing finally pops out and I begin SOS hunting for it. Shiny Crabrawler! Shiny Crabrawler! Let's go! Yes! We got the red boxing gloves, mate. Let's go. Red boxing gloves. I know he's purple right now, but he will be very white. Trust me. We name him Knuckles because, come on, you see it. But that isn't it. I have another boy in mind already. This I do have to soft reset for, but it's much more manageable than going for a Salandit. Oh, shiny Wimpod! What? Let's go! Let's go! I actually got this shiny super quick, which was awesome. It only took like 3 hours of grinding, so welcome, Dr. Eggman, to the team. Now, we take on Mello's trial. This is way more enjoyable this time around, as I only have to deal with one pesky piece of grass before we can come to Lorantis. And of course, I had yet another ingenious plan for this boss. Firstly, we raise our attack stat, what's new, as it deals some damage, lands a crit, and summons in a Kecleon. Next turn, we get crit yet again, 2 crits in a row, gotta love that, but go for a glorious Z Fire Bomb, which one-shots Lorantis, and then we knock out Kecleon the next turn. Alrighty, next up we take down some random goth girl. Is it still goth if she has pink hair? I don't know. What is goth anymore? I don't know. But we are now at our Kahuna fight, and fortunately for me, we have a really well-rounded team at this point, which is going to help me deal with these stoners no problem. Alright, leading with Anorith, I lead with Crabrawler. first thing I do is power up punch to raise my attack as we take it down to low enough health for it to heal. With my attack raised though now, I can one-shot it with a Brick Break. As the leak comes in, I one-shot it as well, and you guessed it, the same goes for the Midnight Lycanroc, earning us our Z Crystal, a level increase, and a bit of a relief. Off to the Pokemon Sanctuary with Idiot Howe we go. Ultra Beast Jellyfish thing appears, and we manage to take it down with Brawler and Lycanroc. Hey, it's the Ultra Recon Ranger people. I like their outfits, so hopefully I get to wear one. Enough distractions, onto the next island. The next trial has us heading up this mountain, where Wimpod and Turacat both evolve into insanely cool looking white shinies. Look at Golisopod. I think I prefer Golisopod. I don't know why. That white and red color scheme on that, it's very subtle. It's subtle but beautiful. And Incineroar's cool too, but he's gotten less white. So this is an electric trial, but fortunately for me, solving this easy puzzle, Togedemaru is the totem Pokemon, which is also a steel type, meaning my buff baby Big the fucking cat can do big damage to the Pikachu clone. First turn it deals a little chip damage with Zing Zap as I raise my attack and it summons in Skarmory. And so I go for another work up. Now primed for damage, I go for Z Inferno Overdrive to try and knock it out quickly. Sadly though, it lives in red, and next turn I try to take out Skarmory, predicting it would use a Spiky Shield. But annoyingly it lives, and so instead we take out the totem Pokemon the next turn. Weak though, I swap to Charjabug, who tanks the Steel Wing and finishes off the Skarmory the next turn. Yay! Now we can catch up with Kukui in this throwback pile and Guzma. Guzman Gomez. Now I want a burrito. If I win this fight, I'm gonna go get some Guzman. I don't know if Guzman is everywhere, but I know it's in Japan, because when I was in Japan, it was there, but... Anyway, it's time for Motorbug to fight against the inferior Golisopod. Look at that green, it's gross. So I go for a charge and hit it with a super strong Spark. Sadly though, it doesn't knock it out, but it does make an emergency exit. Bye Golisopod. As Masquerade comes in, I swap into Big, who tanks the hit and takes it down. And back in Golisopod comes, so I send in my own Lissopod, who can tank a hit before we swap to Lycanroc to finish the job. Yes, I did it! Food time! Burrito, let's go. Oh shit, you guys weren't supposed to see me eating. Shit! After the batteries are recharged by the burrito, we continue our run all the way to this power plant, where Charjabug finally evolves into its really cool white/grey neon green shiny. This also takes us to the next trial, which is this abandoned supermarket, and to the best Pikachu clone ever, Mimikyu. I love Mimikyu. Mimikyu with Disguise is so scary though, because it gets to take a free hit. With its disguise broken though now, I swap into Motorbug, who takes way too much damage on entrance, so I swap again to Lycanroc, which also takes way too much damage, as it's almost knocked out. So we swap again, this time into Incineroar, who tanks the hit far better and gets off his new special Z move, Malicious Moonsault, knocking it out. That's not great, but hopefully this does enough damage. Get in the ring, bitch! Let's go! Boy! Big damage! Oh, crit. I think we still would have took it out without the crit. Finally, I swap to Brawler, who finishes it off. I might have given it away by saying Mimikyu is my favorite Pikachu clone, but now I'm hunting for the beautiful Mimikyu. And that's hopefully the final Pokemon I'll need to hunt in this game. There are a couple more options available if we need it, but let's hope it doesn't come to that. Oh! Shiny Mimikyu! Oh yes! Yes! Shiny Mimikyu! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Just when I was running out of PP on everything. We name him Silver and head over to catch up with Howe and Lily. Who cares? Blah blah, plot stuff, save rat thing. Okay, we got it. Up to Skull Town we go, to fight the Skull Boss Guzman again. Don't worry, I'm full, I don't need another burrito. This fight is pretty easy though, basically the same as the last one, taking down Golisopod, Masquerade, and Pinsir this time. Gimme! While doing that though, some baddies did kidnap Lily, which is kind of messed up, really, when you think about it. Kidnapping children. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go save him. But before we can, this creep stops me for a battle. Thankfully, Crab Ruler has evolved on the way there. And man, Crabominal packs a freaking punch, especially against his dark types. Firstly, Sableye goes down to Vikavolt. Secondly, Persian comes in and we somehow live a crit power gem, letting us get off my Z bug move, which doesn't quite take it out. But in comes Snowy Knuckles now, who finishes it off with a Brick Break. Finally, in comes his Krokorot, who I'm deathly afraid of, so I swap to Mimikyu to take the hit. And now with our disguise broken, we do manage to get off some chip damage before I had to swap into Incineroar to finish the job. Now leave me alone, dude!
But wait, I wanted to show you my cool dance.
What the heck, bro? Okay, I got somewhere to be.
So back to the paradise we go. I mean, it doesn't really sound like a paradise if people are getting kidnapped, but...
Turns out her own mother kidnapped her? Is it kidnapping if your own mother kidnaps you? Or is it just, I don't know. We gotta save her from her anyway because she's actually crazy. Like, she's frozen all these Pokemon. What the heck is going on?
So Lusamine actually has quite the solid set of Pokemon. First of which is the Clefable, which is annoying for sure. We land a charge power-up Thunderbolt as we get dropped to low health. So I swap into Incineroar, who barely doesn't finish it off, and she switches to Melodic. Obviously being quite weak to the Beauty Fish, I swap into Galissabot, who almost takes it out before we use our emergency exit and sub into Lycanroc, who finishes it off with a Crunch. Lilligant in next, I swap to Incineroar to take it out, and in comes Beware, so I swap to Mimikyu to resist its attacks. But turns out it actually has Zen Headbutt, which isn't great. But luckily we tank the headbutts and it lives on the smallest fraction of health. As it hit me with its attack, we also barely live, allowing me to finish it off. Clefable back in, goes down to Lycanroc, and out comes Lopunny. Oh my god. Her final thick Pokemon, who is finished off by Crabominable. With her down though, she gets big mad, hurts Lily's Pokemon, and teleports into a wormhole. Alright, you can't write this shit. Well, I guess they did write this shit. Alright, fair enough. Well, at least we saved Lily, but really, nobody cared anyway. Apparently, this is freaking Rescue Rangers, as now we have to go rescue Lusamine as well. This involves me beating up a bunch of bugs, attacking palm trees, getting us a flute, battle this Trial Dragon, grab another Z Crystal, play said flute to make this little gem thing turn into a lion, and before we can hop on the lion and head into the Ultra Space to rescue the people, the said people we were about to go and save drop on top of us. Perfect! My job here is done. Alright, let's get out. The game is done. Let's go do the league. Okay, I guess not. Necrozma bursts out of the Ultra Portal and literally absorbs the lion we just created and attacks me. Motherfucker! Luckily, this fight is actually pretty easy, since its typing is weak to a majority of my attacks. We lower it to red, but it heals back up as we lower it again, letting me take it out. It now runs away, what a pussy, and steals the light from the world. Okay, well, of course, I guess since there's no light, we should probably follow it. And with the help of the Recon Rangers, who somehow just have a fucking Lunala, okay, we just have a legendary, okay, that's fine, all good. We get on the back of that, fly that through Ultra Space, and boom! We arrive at Ultra Necrozma. Bruh, triangle from head. What the fuck is going on? Oh my god! I totally forgot about this fucking form. Oh my god. Oh my god, that looks so good. That has got, oh my god, this theme! Sadly for it though, my strategy is almost foolproof. It being level 60 is quite scary, as everything we have is around level 53. So we go for, you guessed it, the Toxic strat. Cheap, I know, but this thing scares the shit out of me. So after swap spamming between every single Pokemon on my team, we live barely taking it down. Fucking strong bastard, innit? Okay, y'all might find that super cheap, but I just, that's the safest way to definitely go about that fight. Well, yay! With all the plot stuff done, we can now go and finish this game. What do you mean I've got to go challenge all of the trial captain? Oh my god. How annoying. The fuck is... Sorry. What the fuck did she... What is this? What is she giving me? That looks like something. Bitch gave me a butt fuck. What the shit? This is definitely the most annoying trial by far. The amount of difficult battles back to back and having to travel all over the region is just straight up annoying. Not to worry though, as none of these trial captains give me too much trouble, and we gather up all of the other plugs and complete our trial. This takes us to the final kahuna and the final roadblock before we can complete our white only run. So, Happy the small person leads with Golurk, and I lead with my fake Pikachu. Shadowclaw does do enough damage after 2 hits as it sets up a Stealth Rocks. It's no use! Take this! Mudsdale in second is scary since it has Heavy Slam and can and will be able to deal a lot of damage to Silver. So I swap to Galissapod instead, who lowers it with a Liquidation and tanks a Z Tectonic attack. Beautiful. This does lead him to emergency exit, of course, into Knuckles to finish it off. Gastrodon in now, goes down after 2 Ice Punches, and a final Flygon appears. Luckily for me though, Knuckles does insane damage one-shotting it, earning me the final level increase and Z Crystal of the run. Finally, let's get our ass over to Mount Lana Kill Me, and oh my god, Gladion battle. Okay, fine, that's out of the way. Now let's go. A Necrozma battle. Okay, fine, okay, fine, we're done. Hey, Orgy, you made it! Shut up, bro, let's get started. Come on, Incineroar, we got an Elite Four to beat. What the hell? That is not my Incineroar! That's an imposter! Imposter! Oh no, run's invalid, it's been black the whole time, shit! That's not my Incineroar! Enough jokes though. First up is Mullane, the Steel Specialist. Leading with Klefki, I set up a workup with Incineroar as he puts up a Reflect. We do enough damage with Fire Fang to still 2-shot it, but I decide to raise my attack stack a couple more stages since it was burnt. This does give it time to set up spikes, but we also waste away its Reflect. In next is Metagross, who has Hammer on, which I didn't realize it had, but luckily it missed, letting me one-shot it with a Malicious Moonsault. Dugtrio though in next, even though our attack stat is insanely high right now, it is probably going to outspeed me with an E-Quake, so I decide to swap to Galissapod instead, who can tank a hit for sure, and go for a Sucker Punch before we are forced to swap from an emergency exit. So I send out Mimikyu to hopefully finish it off, and luckily the idiot goes for a Z move against my Mimikyu, who still has his disguise up, dealing absolutely no damage. Let's go. Elite Four member my ass, this guy's dumb as fuck. We finish it off with a Shadow Claw, and Bishop goes down after we clutch a Zap Cannon off from Vikavolt. Finally, Magnezone appears, the only mon I've been truly dreading, but luckily Big manages to lower its health to red as we also get lower to red, leaving Lycanroc to finish it off. Legs is back at it again, oh my god, and she's rocking it. Well, she's rocking a really good team at least. Get it? Rocking it? Okay, never mind. Fortunately for me, mine is stronger as Crabhammer one-shots her first Pokemon. Gigalith takes 2 hits from Crabhammer before we take it off, but as Lycanroc comes in, I expect it to probably outspeed me, so I swap into Mimikyu to hopefully outspeed. Fortunately for me, she Z moves and we take no damage, but unfortunately Silver does less damage than I thought he would. We do end up taking it out though after we use our own Z move against it, barely not taking it out, and then switching to our own Blue Pupper to take out the opposing, now healed up Lycanroc. Just leaving Probopass and Credilli, who we take out with a Brick Break and X-Scissor respectively, winning us the battle. The next 2 fights were the easiest Elite Four battles I think I've ever had though, so we'll gloss over them quickly. The Goat Specialist leads with Banette, who's destroyed by a Darkest Lariat. Palossand in next, destroyed by a Shadow Claw. Next up is Delmise, the living anchor Pokemon, which I never understood this thing. I don't know how anyone would actually like. But, you know, nevertheless, we destroy it, and Frostlass is our 4th mon, who you guessed it, destroyed by Shadow Claw, and now her final mon, Drifblim, destroyed by Incineroar. The Flying Specialist isn't any harder, and I thought she led with Skarmory, but I think maybe that's just in the normal Sun games, not the Ultra games, but I ended up leading with Big the Cat to try and counter that. But she leads with Bravery instead, who's knocked out by our Z move, and Hawlucha is in next. I swap to Vikavolt, who finishes it off. Sadly, it does get poison though, not optimal, but we do take it out. Next up is Mandibuzz, which I can take out with a Play Rough from Mimikyu, as it goes for a Brave Bird. We do finish it next time with another Play Rough, and in comes Toucannon, of which Lycanroc destroys with a Rock Tomb after surviving its Z move. Oricorio is our final one, which just wants to keep dancing over and over, and even though Galissapod is confused, we do eventually just take it out with a Liquidation. And now, I'm the champion! Let's freaking go! But of course, I have to defend my title, and oh my god, it's Howe. How did I know it was somehow gonna be Howe that we somehow had to beat in order to retain the champion title? How? I don't know. How? Howdy ho, everybody. Let's a go. This ain't Mario. First, leading with Raichu, we lead with Dr. Eggman, whose first impressions destroys the floating rat. Crabominable is his next mod, which isn't shiny, may I just add, it looks bad, screw you, non-shiny Crabominable, boring. I make the swap to Mimikyu, who barely doesn't one-shot it, and in return barely doesn't get one-shot itself, thank God. Holy fuckballs! Taurus will finish it off Mimikyu though, so I swap to Dr. Eggman again, who gets a good chunk of damage in with first impressions, before exiting into Sonic, who somehow doesn't outspeed this Tauros, almost getting one-shot. We should outspeed Tauros. We should. Here's hoping. As if! Fucking annoying, but okay. But thankfully, it barely tanks an Earthquake. I was fully expecting to lose it here, but luckily it didn't happen. And we take it out with a Stone Edge next turn. In comes Vaporeon now, so I swap to Vikavolt to deal some electric damage. And oh my god, Hydro Pump does so much damage. But I thought at least maybe we'd outspeed it. But I didn't. But it misses, letting me get off the Thunderbolt, which doesn't quite finish it off. So after getting lucky and making it all the way here without a death, I decide it's probably the only way to make it through this fight now, with my whole team being so weak already. Oh, what? And it missed again! Double dodge, let's go! Double dodge in a what? Let's go, Motobug! No death run is still possible. Let's do it. Now it's time for the Battle of the Starters, who of course ends in our favor after our final special Z move. Guess we have to figure that out. Alright, Incineroar, let's go! Your last malicious move, so get him in the ring, boy! Yeah, let's go! Fuck you, Decidueye! I'm sorry, Decidueye, I love you. Still my favorite starter. I'm sorry, man, but it is what it is.
This leaves just Noivern.
Now, well, we have Outrage, so we might as well go for it. Dragon Pulse? How much damage does that do? I don't think it should do that much, right? Outrage does how much? Let's go! Crit! Crit! Oh my god, that's the first time we've ever done it! Let's go! Our first time! 0 death, shiny only run, let's go! Yeah! Ah! I'm so thankful this run's over! Get me in the league! Do the scan thing! Scan my Pokemon! Do it! I'm the first ever champion of Alola! That's right, Alola champion! Alola champion! Well, actually the second time we've been the first ever. How does that make sense? I don't know, but look, Dr. Eggman! I think it's pretty close. We got the Motobug there, looking pretty snazzy. Oh, Knuckles. Oh yeah. Big the Cat, let's go. And of course Silver the Hedgehog. And finally, but definitely not least, Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. And that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and let me know some ideas down in the comment section of what I could try next. But that's it for me. See you later.